And the series continues. Part 2 of starting a Pokemon business. My name is Mike out of Jag Poke. Start a business here out of Virginia Beach. Let's get right to it. What's up, y'all? It's been a while. Life's been crazy. Work, school, family, all that good stuff. But I'm here. I've been grinding. I haven't stopped. The website is up and running. I've had a couple orders. Um, so that's been good. That's been cool. Got some more stuff in, more products in. I have like maybe 7 or 8 different boxes out of Japan. I got some ETBs still, 151 poster sets, prismatic poster sets. So my inventory is slowly building, right? So that's pretty good. Um, Looking to get more inventory in is kind of hard for English sealed product. You know, the poster sets that I got them from a wholesaler out here in Virginia. So that was pretty good. Gave me a pretty good deal, pretty decent deal. So that's going on. That's good with them. Excuse me while I awkwardly look at my notes. Um, what have I been going through these past couple weeks? I've been fighting with customs. Like I had one order, my first order from Japan, um, was held up by customs. It was literally sitting in Tennessee for like 2.5 weeks, maybe even more. I think it was like 3. And FedEx couldn't give me any update, anything. They just basically told me once customs has it that it's out of their hands. So I was, going back and forth with FedEx, trying to get in contact with customs to see what's going on, why my package hasn't been released, even though all my paperwork is in. So that was a nightmare. Uh, it held up a lot of stuff prior to the launch of the website, so had to take some stuff off of the website because I didn't want to have like sold out stuff already on the website once it started. Like I didn't think that was a good look, so I just um, essentially kind of like the muted the stuff off of the website. But then the package finally came in, so got that back on the website and everything. So that's going good. But yeah, that customs headache definitely a problem. But I haven't had any issues since. I've ordered maybe 4 or 5 packages since then, and they've all come pretty quickly within about 2 days or so. No issues from customs. Pretty quick release. So maybe it was just that first one, being that I'm kind of like a new business and everything like that. So that was something. What else? I had my first show. It was actually like maybe a week ago, now or 2 weeks ago. So I had my first show. It was pretty good. Um, the few sealed products that I had at the time, had those there, had my own personal collection there, in terms of singles and everything like that. So I did pretty good. I had 2 binders. I had one that was like a $1 to $9 range. So it was like basically EXs, low end full arts, Pokeballs, like cheaper Pokeballs from Prizzy. So that was pretty. That did well, and then I also had a reverse hollow book that was like, what did I have it as? Oh yeah, I had it as 3 for $1. Because so before this show, like I scoped out a lot of other shows in the area. So, and what I realized was like a lot of people are trying to complete master sets, but they've been having trouble finding hollows and reverse hollows to complete the set. So I was like, well, I have a bunch of bulk here. It would be a good idea or a cool idea to just have a binder of bulk of the more popular sets instead of having somebody have to flip through like 1,000 cards in a box to try to find that one. I think it's easier to flip through a binder to see what they have or to see what I had. And that actually did pretty well. Like, I had a lot of takers out of that book. It was really good. That it made me feel really good that I was able to help somebody complete their master set. One like crazy good experience I had. It was out of the $1 binder. This kid came up, and I completely forget what card it was, but I remember the feeling and I remember the experience of he came up and he seen that I had this card, and I guess he was looking through the whole show for the card. Nobody had it, um, but I had it. And as I was talking to the kid, he was looking through the binder, and I was talking to him. His dad went to another table. It was like right across from me or something like that. But it was a couple people in there, so he kind of lost sight of him a little bit. Um, but when he seen that I had it, he started looking around and everything like that. And he was like, "Yo, I gotta find my dad. I gotta find my dad. I gotta buy this. I gotta buy this." And it just made me think back to when I was his age and I had to get that new the new set that was coming out, or the base set and everything like that, and begging my mom to get it for me, and it's like, I gotta have it, I gotta have it. So I ended up just saying, you know what, go ahead, take it, my gift to you and everything like that, Joe. Just to uplift, a young collector and everything. So like, at first I was like, man, I wish I recorded that and everything like that. But I even the recording, I wouldn't use the recording for like content or anything like that. That was more of a first time personal moment for me, and it really touched me to see that I was able to make that kid's day. Because when I tell you that he was ecstatic about finally finding like this one card, is like, the smile on his face was just, it was insane. It was really good. Um what else? The reception, I would say the reception was a little bittersweet. So, obviously I'm the new kid on the block, right? The other collectors there, at least the majority of them, they've been doing shows together for I don't know how long, but it's clearly it showed that it's been some time. Like, they all know each other. Maybe they know each other before collecting or before doing the shows and everything like that or whatever. But the new kid on the block, they already got their whole system going in. So I'm just kind of trying to get in where I fit in. So I was in one room. This venue, it had three rooms. It had a front room, a main room, and then a little side room. I was in a side room where everybody was. It wasn't just Pokemon. It was more of like a combination of things in this side room. And I think I got put in there also because I kind of helped my friend get into it as well, and he's a sports collector. So the promoter, instead of having it instead of having it separate, he kind of put my both tables under my name. So which is why I got, more than likely, I got put in the second room. But it could also be that it was my first show and I gotta, what is it, pay your dues to get into the main room and everything like that, where the big ballers are. But yeah, so I went in there, and the first thing, and this is just me, how I am. The first thing is like, if I'm going to do something, I volunteered to set up early in the morning for the shows. Like, as soon as I got there, it's like, hey, what needs to get done? What are we doing? And a lot of, don't get me wrong, a lot of them were very receptive. Like, oh, hey, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're setting this up, we're setting that up. So I did that and everything like that. And then I moved into the second room to help them set up. And then the promoter came and like, hey, yeah, you're gonna be in this room. So I more gravitated toward the second room since that was the room I was gonna be in, and got to know the people that were gonna be in that room, make a couple connections and everything like that. But there were some where it was just like it was it was a couple where I kind of got those looks where it was like, why are you here kind of look, or oh my gosh, it's another new vendor. He's gonna be in and out, you know, like this is just a one-time thing for him or something, like kind of more of like an annoyance. But then there were some where it's just like strictly business. Like they weren't trying to talk. They were just trying to set up, get their stuff set up, and be like, "Yo, I'm all about business. I'm not personable. I'm not. I won't say they're not friendly, but it was definitely some of them where it's just like strictly business, business, business. So that's why I say the reception was a little bittersweet. It's always a little bit weird, being a new kid on the block. I'm very personable, so I like, I go up, I introduce myself, I always talk to people and everything like that. Getting out my comfort zone, because, yeah, all that. But yeah, it was a little bittersweet, but overall, the show was good. It was a great experience for me, because you're always gonna have the good with the bad. You're always gonna have the light with the dark. Uh, so it was a very good experience for me. Pros is I had a lot of learning lessons. My next show is definitely gonna be more of a. Definitely gonna put my business hat on a lot more for my next show. I did buy some things just to up my inventory, but it's gonna be more selling than buying next show. Learning lessons, and then also the negotiation part of it from a seller standpoint versus a buyer standpoint, or I should say from a vendor standpoint, to a customer standpoint. I've always been the customer negotiating. Now I was negotiating as the vendor, trying to still make a profit while uh, getting to that common middle ground where I get what I want, customer gets what he or she wants, and then everybody's happy. So I learned a lot of good learning lessons there as well. But yeah, honestly, that's what's been going on with me. Trying to get a little bit more foot traffic on the website, but that's gonna come in time. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So yeah, so I'm chugging along. I'm coming to come. It's going. I'm tired, but you know, nothing great never comes without something great never comes without hard work. So I'll keep you guys updated now that everything is kind of slowing down a little bit more in the personal life. Definitely be able to make a lot more YouTube videos. Check out my Instagram. I do post on Instagram a lot. It's a little bit easier because I could kind of do that on the go. When I'm going from place to place, or if I got like a couple minutes of downtime and everything like that. So yeah, definitely check out my Instagram. Check out my Facebook. I do post on there a lot more. I will be posting videos more often now that everything is kind of dying down. Definitely got some more content coming. I know they just dropped the new black and white set, so we got to talk about that. We're gonna talk about Glory of Team Rocket. So we gotta talk a little bit about Destined Rivals, because that's coming up at the end of the month. Um, so yeah, we got some things to talk about, man. But definitely look out for more videos. As always, peace, love, and let's get it done.